Hey y'all, welcome back to Word, World, and Wisdom, where the word comes first. Just about everything in the world is discussed, and wisdom is a must. We're going to get to that too. We're going to start talking about what wisdom from above, really, really is, according to the word. Um, Hopefully you guys been doing good. I myself, I've been feeling a-okay today. I had a good day in my mind, my body, and my soul today, and I love when they all come together. Don't you just like when everything is aligned? Everything is lined up. Ain't nothing like your mind, body, and soul being lined up. Okay, and if you don't have it like that, drop me a comment below and let me know so we can be praying for you. Okay, we all need prayer, but you know what? We always have them good days too. And I mean, it be they sometimes come back to back to back. You know, it's I guess what I want to say, seasons. We be having those seasons, right? We have seasons in life, and when it's good, it is good. Um, and even when it feels bad, it's almost like, let me see, when the sun ain't shining, it's real cloudy outside. We got like a overcast. Um, but we know that the sun is still up there. It's like beyond there. It's there. Okay, waiting for those clouds to just move out of the way. So my point is, even on our worst day, you know what? God is still good. Still good. I had a good day today. Hopefully you did too. And if you did not, just hold on, and you will. I promise you, you will. You know, we all have our seasons. Okay. Enough about all this lining up and feeling good today. Let's get into the video today. My wonderful, wise, and winning ones. That's who you are to me. And I always say that. Always remember that. Okay? Mine. My wonderful, wise, and winning ones. I just love the sound of that. I was gonna say in the beginning, when I started the channel, I was gonna say, well, seeing that I'm going with this WWW, I could always say my three dubs. Tell me how that sounds. Leave me a comment below and let me know, how does that sound. Okay, and to anybody that is new here, I welcome you. If you come across this video, subscribe, stick around. You know what? I'm just getting into this YouTube thing too, but it is some things that, some things that in my life that I know that I'm supposed to be doing. So I'm gonna go ahead and get to it, and this is one. So please stay, like, comment, subscribe, and come back. Leave me a comment to know you were here. Okay. All right, we're going to jump into the video. Word, world, and wisdom, where the word comes first. Ooh, I can see you now. I can see you now. Where the word comes first. I'm going to look down at my notes like I always say. I always try to keep some notes, so it's always good to just know what we're going to be doing. And then some days, you know what? It's good to wing it too. You know, and just go all off topic somewhere else and make your way back. Anyway, all right, before I get too far gone, today, the word. Let me do a quick recap of the last video. I should have brought me some Kleenex over here. Y'all excuse me. The last word. If you have not seen that video, go and watch that video. It's not that long. It's like 30 minutes. And I'm tying that one into this one. So basically, the last scriptures were coming from Matthew 12 and 25. Matthew 12 and 25. That was the previous video. Come on now. It's ain't gonna take you long. Ties into this video. And today it is Matthew 36. Okay, no, scratch that. Matthew 26, chapter 26. And we're going to start at verse 36. 26, verse 36. And last time, if I'm not mistaken, on the last video, we were talking about division and desolation. This time I'm going to add distraction in there, and I'll tie it all together for you in a few minutes. As soon as I am done reading this scripture, I'm holding my glasses up. Okay, y'all, I can't do that. I have to bring it up like this. After I'm done reading this scripture, Matthew 26 and 36, and it says, Then cometh Jesus with them unto a place called Gethsemane, and saith unto the disciples. Okay, now this, I don't know if everybody knows it or not. We assume that, but some people don't, I don't know all the scriptures in the Bible either. Okay, is where he was going up, getting ready to go up and pray to God, because that cup got heavy. Okay, it says, Sit ye here while I go and pray yonder. I don't know if he said yonder, but he said he was going to pray. And so he went up and he took Peter and the two sons of Zebedee. So that was like three of them he took with him. And he was sorrowful and weighing real heavy, going up, getting ready to ask God, you know what I'm saying? You really want me, if you really want me to do this, I'll do it. Okay, that's 36. Let's see. And then we're going to go to 38. 26 and 38. Then saith he unto them, My soul is exceedingly sorrowful, even unto death. Tarry ye here, and watch with me. He said, watch with me. Tarry ye here, and watch with me. I was thinking to myself, he said, watch with me. As if, okay, he's going to be praying and watching at the same time. And I don't know if, because this is a King James version, okay, that I'm reading off of my phone. But nevertheless, he said, again, my soul is exceedingly sorrowful, and even though death, tarry ye here and watch with me. Now, you're going to get it in a minute. And then, that is 30, that's 38. And he went a little further and fell on his face and prayed. And he went to praying, and he was talking to the Father. He said, if it be possible, let this cup pass from me. Okay, that's what I was saying. He was getting afraid. Even he was afraid to go to the cross. Okay, so, but that's not my point. My point is, we're going to back it up to 38. He asked them to tarry here and watch with me. Okay. He prayed, and he came back to them, and right there in 40 it says, and he cometh unto the disciples and findeth them asleep. He said, watch with me. Now, when he said watch with me, I'm like, you're going to be watching and praying at the same time? It's because he was all knowing. So he didn't really, if he, he asked them that for a reason, I think, to teach them something, because certainly he wasn't afraid of what was getting ready to happen, or may not have sensed that, someone was coming, because he was Jesus. So anyway, he went back to him and he said, what? Could ye not watch with me 1 hour? Watch and pray that ye enter not into temptation. The spirit indeed is willing, but the flesh is weak. Okay? And I'm going to stop there. So basically, my point was, he said to them, watch with me. Sleep, don't fall asleep. Okay? And I say that to say this, because we often feel like, or we know, especially if you're a child of God, if you're not, he loves you anyhow, okay? He bless you anyhow. But anyway, he wants us to watch and pray. And I believe that the word watch in today is because it is so much division. The other one, the ugly one, is creating so much division. As in my last video, go back and check it out. Creating so much division until, the word says in Matthew 12:25 in my last video that division causes grief and sadness. It's called desolation. And then after that, we become distracted. Okay? So even then, he was given a lesson. Watch with me. Don't watch me like faith without works is dead. We have a duty too. We have a responsibility. We need to be looking for, first of all, listening for the word from him, but also living in a world that we live in today. Word, world, and wisdom. Thank you guys for coming back, and I'm glad you clicked on this video. Because we are being distracted. And we are being divided. First, we're being divided, I should say. And then we become desolate. Because in grief and sadness, especially, the more we go through, the more it seems like we're being divided. And then we become distracted. Okay? I know y'all got that part. And so now we're distracted and we are not watching the way that we should. And it said watch and pray so you don't fall into temptation. But temptation doesn't, it means more than temptation of the flesh. It can mean temptation not to watch. Be tempted not to pay attention and to put your attention on things that is necessary. And I'm going to say, because what's really going on? It's a lot going on. It's a lot. I asked a question, I answered. It's a lot going on in the world. And we know that. We see it on the news every day. And I talk about it on the channel. It's a lot going on. And sometimes people are fearing, and we're praying, and what? I've heard it over and over again. When I say, or sometimes when I talk to people the way that I'm talking to you here on the video, oh girl, don't worry about it. God got us. Yeah, he does. He does. But he says watch and pray. And what he means by watch is you got to be paying attention, to what's going on. Okay? And what's going on now says in the news every single day, not just the United States, all across the globe, a number of things. We are threatening, no, we are already in inflation. They said a recession is inevitable, is happening by the end of the year. Not only that, you have a lot of gun violence, and you have a lot of oh God, just let's go to the little things. It say don't covet your neighbor, love your neighbor, but people are not. They are divided. They're not united. They're divided. Even when it comes to your neighbor, I have neighbors that we speak, but I wonder if I really needed them, what would happen? So, I know me, if they really needed, I was thinking about that last week when we had a tornado, I want to say watch or warning or whatever. And that wind got the whipping, and I am upstairs, okay? I am like right at the sky. So I'm thinking to myself, well, there's a girl that lives downstairs under me, just us two in this house. And the basement is downstairs. Well, she wasn't at home. And so I thought to myself, I'm like, oh my gosh, I know you got me, but I would sure love to have a basement if I could just go to my neighbors and, hey, I didn't want to go out. The wind had got so high. I'm like, oh Lord, if it comes, it's going to take me up. But anyway, y'all, I was thinking, you know what? They know me, but we just speak. And that's when I can catch them, or they see me, but we haven't come together and said, you know what, if you need me and it's an emergency, if tornadoes come, you come over and get in the basement. We've not done that. And you see this more and more in the cities. People are they call it minding their own business. No. God said, love your neighbor as you love yourself. And the word as, we have to study that because it means something different in Greek. But anyway, that's another video. So with this division, desolation, and distraction going on, are we paying attention even to these videos? Okay. Economy has gotten so bad until myself, because this is what I do. I'm preparing because I'm watching and I'm praying, but I'm using the five senses that God gave. I'm using my discernment. I'm using, my instinct, not being totally, he said, fear not. I don't fear. I just want to be able to still maintain in the face of adversity, okay? And so I do. I've been watching prepping videos on YouTube, and I did come across some good things. Again, like I said, Epic Economist, that is a good channel to go and watch if you want to keep up with the economy, such as the Fed raising interest rates, because that's what they need. The process they're using is the correct process, but they've taken it a little far. They've raised rates 10 times since, I want to say 2021. I know it's been like a year, a little over a year, or maybe a little more. Don't quote me. So I have some things here that I want to read off really quickly because I don't want to be on here too long. So hopefully, like I said, the lighting is good. I got a little circle right here. It's coming from this ring light over here because I'm trying to get rid of the glare. So y'all bear with me, my wonderful, wise, and winning ones. Again, to my new people, if you are watching me for the first time, stay with me, get comfortable, okay? Kick your shoes off, leave everything at the door so we can get together a little closer all the more. Remember, like, comment, subscribe, and share. Tell a friend, to tell a coworker, to tell your mother, to tell your cousin. Florence Dukes is over there, and she's talking about word, world, and wisdom. All right, I'm going to get into this list that I was watching earlier on Epic Economist, and I thought I would just briefly go over it because it talks about things that the prices are going up on and things that you might want to be prepping or just grabbing up because it's going to get higher and higher. No sense they're saying it, the government's saying it, things are not going to get any better anytime soon. So we just need to be prepared. Things are getting higher. We should be buying them, getting as much as we can. Number one is frozen foods. He said that on Epic Economist. He said that, but I don't know about that. I know the prices have gone up on the frozen foods, and it would be good to have if need be. But I'm concerned about that because, excuse me, you guys, I'm concerned about that because of all of the cheaper ingredients that the FDA had already talked about 2 months ago. They did express the fact that companies were or are using cheaper products to put product ingredients to put in the frozen meals, especially. You know, you got a long list of stuff you can't even pronounce already. So they are going cheap on their ingredients. I had a couple, and I didn't like them. They literally tasted very, very different. Like, that's not meat. The chicken nuggets, the chicken strips, the fish, the meats that are in frozen meals. That's not meat. I would rather have fresh meat. So I don't know if I'm gonna go for that, but you know, if you like frozen meals and you are a busy person and you got kids and stuff, just pay attention to, like I said, the taste. You know, what it's tasting like, what it's looking like, and what it's reading like. Okay, because they're going up. Number two is canned foods. Canned foods are definitely going up. They've been going up ever since 2020, during the pandemic, or right after that. And it's because the aluminum that the cans are made of, the U.S. has an aluminum shortage. Okay, and it's because China. Oh, we don't even want to talk about how we are into it with China right now. But China has closed down a few of their aluminum can making factories, and it is because they don't have the coal. They say it takes coal. So I'm thinking, however, in the process, they need coal, and they don't have the coal. They couldn't, the coal wasn't there. So there are companies that they literally shut down, and that is where a lot of the manufacturers over here in the U.S. were getting their cans from. So that's another reason that canned goods are going up, and canned meats are getting scarce all over the United States too. So if you want it, prices may be up, but go ahead and get as much of it as you can. Canned meats. Now, I'm with that. The canned meats, fruits, and the vegetables. Meats, fruits, and the vegetables. Okay. The next one is, let me turn this page here. The next one is, y'all, stay with me. 23 minutes is all I've been on. Okay. This is a different one. I'm going to go off food real quick and I'll come back. Self-defense tools. You ever thought about that? Well, guess what? Excuse me. Okay. Self-defense tools. Well, a lot of people took that seriously, and guess what? They were like, guns. I don't have a problem with that. I was tempted to, there they go again. I was tempted to, or I am tempted to, thinking about getting protection for myself. Other than the small protection that I've always, believe in keeping. And that's, like pepper sprays and things like that. Some people say knives. So anyway, self-defense tools, the prices are getting higher. And he was talking specifically about the tool the all-in-one tool where you have like the can opener, the knife, the corkscrew, the wire pliers on there. The quality ones, the ones that are really, really good, the good heavy metals, they are getting higher. I don't think it's so much a shortage of them, but they are getting higher in price. So you might want to grab onto some of those. And I'm thinking about it too because, again, like I said, I've been planning some things, and I'm going to let you guys know what they are. I mean, my plans for next year. And you might be interested. I hope so, because I'm gonna need you. I'll need you to keep watching and go over and subscribe to Free by Florence D. And that's where it's all going down at. Okay, like I said, it's more about me, my personal life, what my plans are, and some other things. Just maybe bearing it all or almost all. Anyway, back to the subject. All right, self-defense tools are getting high. The next one is grains, wheat, corn, soy, and we know why that is, because the war in Ukraine, it is getting higher and higher. Right now, it says you got some of that stuff will last up to 25 years in your pantry too. And supplies have been cut about 25% since the war in Ukraine. So you might want to. I myself have been getting into the canned goods and the beans and the rice because I love beans and rice. And it's definitely a rice shortage coming. I couldn't really find a lot of rice either where I went a couple of places. So most definitely get your rice and beans. Oh, I love beans, all kind of beans, even lentils. Okay, they last forever. Like your sugar and your flour. Well, I can't even say that about. I thought flour lasts longer, but apparently not. Sugar definitely is going to be in high demand. All right, natural gas off the beaten path again, but this is important also. Natural gas, 74% higher than it was a couple of years ago. And I'm quite sure you know that your bill's probably going up. I know mine's is, but I don't worry about it because I get help with my bills. Being on retirement disability, I get help with my bills. Okay. I didn't know that along with weapons, that America, good old President Biden, he even sends natural gas to Ukraine. I guess through the pipelines. Don't ask me. But yeah, that goes along with the weapons. So it is getting higher. What I did was go ahead and get the alternative because I use electric. But if the power grids go out, then I need power. And I need to maybe plug up a hot plate or a compressor fridge, So what I did, what I did was go with the power stations. And people are like the generators for the houses. They use generators for houses, but I live in an apartment. So I decided to go with the power stations, the battery pack. And so they got a lot of good ones out there too, but they're going fast. And they're getting higher and higher. I actually got one that was $2.99, and I went back to purchase it, and this was just today. Because I had gotten one 200 watts, and it was like a portable one for my laptop, my phone, my small ring light, small fans, things like that. But I wanted something a little bigger, and it was $2.99. I think it was 600 or 700 watt. which would power a small compact fridge, and it went on sale for $209. Oh my goodness. I couldn't believe it. Blew Eddie, and I was so happy. So alternative power, if you have electric stoves, it's going to be good. And even camping stoves that use butane. They got the one burners that you put a can of butane in. That could be really useful. Again, I use electric. I don't have gas. Some people use propane besides their natural gas. But a generator, if you are in a house, I was telling my sisters, I don't understand why not generators. Why be in a house and they don't have a generator? Some people have generators that when their lights click off, like their electricity clicks off, their generators kick in. So, all right. I'm almost finished here. The next one is rising prices for, okay, not the next one. The reason I said that, they said that about the going ahead and getting the battery packs is because the cobalt, nickel, and lithium is being used so much to make them. That's why the price is going high. They can't keep enough cobalt, nickel, and lithium to make those stationary battery packs. Okay, so that's that for that. Power, gonna need some power. Cooking oil, believe it or not, cooking oil. You can use cooking oil not just for cooking, but starting a fire with cooking oil. It says it's something about keeping insects away, keep pests away, and yeah, start fire. Oh, take care of rust on metal. You know, which is true because I've sprayed Pam cooking spray. I did. I didn't have any 10W40, and I remember when I had lived in somewhere, I was in an apartment, and my door kept squeaking and squeaking and squeaking, and I just took the Pam cooking oil and I sprayed the hinges. Never squeaked again. Worked better than 10W40, just a little bit. Okay. So cooking oil, and the prices is going up on that because, like they say, it does more than just cooking. So you can start a fire with that stuff. Of course, it's flammable. Okay, next, mask. Face mask. We thought we were done with them. They said no. Too many train derailments, too many chemicals. Even pollution is the pollution in the air. A mask is just always good to have, especially the N95s. And I still have a lot of masks from when the pandemic was around. Like COVID was really bad. So, but that's true. And I tell you, it's true too because I do my own acrylic nails. I do my own nails. So I'm going to learn. It's good to have it because I can put the mask on. I love the acrylic. I did it one time for a couple of hours without, and I sneezed for 24 hours, and then my throat was irritated. So masks are good for a lot of reasons. Okay. Oh, and the price is going up on them. Okay, we 34 minutes in. Next is medicine, over-the-counter pain medicine. It's getting higher and it may be getting shorter. So gather up your cough medicine, your ibuprofens, your Tylenols, or whatever it is you take, and don't just buy. What I started doing was, instead of buying the small one, I just got the bigger one. You know, and a lot of times I would get generic, especially if it's ibuprofen over the counter. All right, we talked about generators or stationary battery packs. 200 to 700 watts is good. Um, Food dehydrator. I've never had one, but I'm thinking about getting one. A food dehydrator. Cause I'm thinking that's gonna be good. And the main reason is I got a little herb garden sitting in my bedroom window. Because I live in a small apartment. I live upstairs. Well, and I won't be here forever, I know, but I wanted to grow my own herbs, and I got a couple vegetables in there I'm gonna put outside. I got a place for those, but I do have like 10 herbs in there that I'm growing, and so I thought about freezing them. Well, I don't know about that. And so I was thinking maybe if I had a food dehydrator, I could dehydrate them, even though they're good fresh. I would put a little in the refrigerator, but if I end up, with too much, I could literally dehydrate it. And I've been thinking about getting into that a little bit because that food lasts a very long time. And it's expensive if you go and get that dehydrated food from what is that place called? AURSON. I can't arson Awesome. Anyway, it's these companies. It's like two or three that I know. They sell the survival food packs, where this stuff is dehydrated and it literally keeps for 25 years. Put hot water in it, like oodles and noodles. I mean, think about it. If you fed your kids or if you've eaten ramen noodles, they, I don't know how long they last. They got an expiration date on it, but I think they last much longer. But it's just almost the same concept. Okay, food dehydrator. Leave me some comments and let me know, what do you think about that? Solar power devices, and they are getting more expensive. Exactly, because I don't know if you know, but we are going to become solar, stationary battery pack, and electric cars. That's solar, wind, stationary battery pack, and electric cars coming up. Our kids will see more of these things, and our grandkids than we will. But still, might want to pass the word on to them. I know, half the time, I don't know why these kids, they don't want to listen. My mother used to say the same thing about me, though. So, I guess. Okay. Solar devices. I actually been buying a lot of things that are rechargeable through solar or USB or even wall plugs, because most of the time it comes all three. You can get all three these days, because I got a mosquito and bug zapper. It literally, they have them now where they're solar powered, USB powered, solar, USB, or electric, I think. So yeah, anything that you can buy that is solar powered is going to be great, because with your stationary battery packs, you can also get solar panels with those. So if you don't have a car, if you don't have a house, you can always plug that solar panel up, put it out in the sun, and bam, you got a big old you got power that you can charge up whatever you need charged wherever you're at. I know you guys, we know this, like a lot of, but now would be the best time for that. Seeing that everybody want to mess with the power grids, down in Texas, they almost lost their minds when they lost power and had that ice storm. We're going through global warming. Okay, the last one is a wood burning stove. That's out. I don't have a house, but if you have a house, if I had a house, I would. Even if I had to have a little she shed with a wood burning stove and not in the house, but just, yeah, I would do it. High quality wood burning stove. You don't want to You don't want a cheap one. And high quality, like I said, all in one tool. If you did not catch that all, just go ahead and rewind. Rewind and go back to whatever one that I was talking about, but just don't forget the word. And, you know, us being divided. I mean, we got the government up there fighting over bills that need to be paid. The federal government got bills, and they are fighting over whether they're going to pay the bills or not. Biden said pay the bills. The Republicans said, I don't know, what bills do we have? Just pay the bills. Who don't pay? The government don't want to pay their bill? I don't believe it. But anyway, it's a lot going on, and we all know it. We all know it. And we are going to be all right because, you know, the Bible does say have no fear. But he never said, while you watching and praying, be working and paying attention and taking heed to what is right before your face. Okay? It's the inevitable. Thank you guys for coming. We made it through 41 minutes. I didn't go over too much. Again, if you're still here, I so appreciate you. I really do. I'm getting into this YouTube thing. I have other channels that I will be sharing with you. But until then, please subscribe to Free by Florence D. Leave me a like. Hit that thumbs up for me. Hit the thumbs up. Leave me a comment about some of the things I've talked about. Do you have them? Are you interested? Or are you even concerned? I don't know why you wouldn't be, though. Anyway, that's why I'm here. All right, as I always say, choose truth and not the lie. And we know who the big liar is. Okay? Always choose truth. I love you guys. And I'll see you in my next video. Bye. I'm going to come right here and press this button. I got to get a remote control. Until then, I'm getting closer and closer and closer and closer. And I'm going to stop the video. Bye.